Yo, hey everyone, welcome to this new video. This time we are gonna talk about Exile. So after we covered Awoken, Corrupted Keep and Deep Embrace, now it's time for Exile, alright? So Exile is this snowy design map, so you can see it's like inside a mountain, I would say, I don't know, probably. And it can be a bit confusing at first, cause the map it's really similar. Where are you going are like the walls, the way the thing like the walls look and the ice. It may be a bit confusing at first, but once you get the hang of the map and you rotate a little bit around it, it's gonna be really easy. It's a really small map. It's really fun to fight. So as always, the first thing we're gonna talk about are the starting spawns, which in this map are ABC, literally. You spawn on heavy, or you spawn omega, you will take an item for sure at the start of the game. Let's say we start on heavy. So if you start on heavy, you have three different things you can do. There are two things that are safe, and there is one thing that it's really aggro. It could pay off, but it's a bit of a gamble, okay? First thing is, you take heavy and you go for rocket. Second thing is, you take heavy and you go for rail. And in both of these occasions, if you do this and you go there, then you go for rail. If you take rail, then you go for rocket. So it doesn't really matter what way you do it. What matters is that you take heavy and you take the two items. Why is that? Because the opponent, if he takes mega, he doesn't have the time to go for rocket. He doesn't have the time to do much else. So he will just do something like this, take the mega, take this, and then go for shotgun and LG. Meanwhile, you can literally just do this. You take heavy, you go up, and then you go down. And the opponent might be like jumping from this edge, going for the LG meanwhile. So this is the two safe spawns. If you want to be a bit more aggressive and you have a fast champion, so Slash on this map is not really the best. Maybe you can try with Strog if you want to, but you know, up to you. If you start on heavy, you can go for the shaft, you go through TP, and then you catch your opponent on mega, and you have a weapon advantage. The only problem is that machine gun is really strong, so there is a good opportunity that is just gonna melt you, you know, with the starting machine gun. So that would be really, like, you need to be careful about that for sure. Like, it's not something I will really suggest you to do. If you spawn on mega instead, easy, you take mega. You need to be careful about that, because, you know, you can fall down. So, if you take a mega, just press W and you drop. Take this, and then go for shotgun. Then depending if you're a light champion, or if you're like, there is also the other armor that are available. But this will be the main thing to do. At the start of the map, always take the item. Don't mess around too much with it. Maybe you want also to delay it, but take your item and then the next rotation you will see what to do. Because usually what happens is both players take the item straight away. The other guy goes for the weapons, the other guy goes for the weapons, and then there is a good possibility that the first rotation you will take the same items to not risk too much. Or there is a good opportunity that the guy with the railgun is gonna try to poke you a little bit because he has weapon advantage from a long distance. So always remind that if you spawn on mega, the guy has rail advantage, okay? So need to be careful about that for sure. Besides that, and taking the first like weapon items and weapons, I think the most interesting part about this map are the spawns that you can force. On this map there are two really good spawns you can force, like they are really strong. And the main spawn points on this map are three basically. Guy spawning there on Elgan, guy spawning on LG, and guy spawning on Rocket. So these are the main spawns. Now we're gonna look into them one by one. But why is this the most important in my opinion? Because when you spawn on that angle, you have only two ways where you can escape, which are literally this. Or you go forward, or you go like this. So if the guy knows what he's doing, it's really easy to rail and get free damage of the spawn. Alright? So for sure, that spawn is gonna be the most important one to talk about, because it's the easiest one to take damage, like to do damage at. How does that spawn work? So to make that spawn happen, you need to kill your enemy, obviously. You come around shotgun, and now you will see what will happen. So I have the angle on the guy. How does the spawn work? You stay there, okay? You will press respawn, you jump, and you have angle. So I will suggest you already to, like, when you're forcing the spawn, to be with railgun out. So you stay with railgun out, and you aim already. Because there are two things that he can do. Or he goes forward, as I said, like this, or he jumps towards the armor, because he will have an nailgun. So maybe there is gonna be a bit of spawn towards your way. So let's do it again. So 1, 2, 3, railgun out, we jump, boom, easy rail. And when the guy gets railed, he has only 3 ways to escape. So the only way he can escape is by going forward, going there, or taking the jump pad. And in all these scenarios, you can trap him, because the TP brings you above him, and if he goes down the TP, he's gonna pop up there. So in every case, there is a good possibility that you're gonna get the frag after this spawn. You know, like this. So let's do it again one more time. So you stay with the railgun out, boom. Then he goes again, like he goes forward, and you take him again, boom, and he's dead. As simple as that with the spawn. So, as you can see, spawn on heavy, cause that's where he's gonna deny the rocket spawn. So let's do it again. You can practice this all the time. 1, 2, 3. You go out. You hit the rail. You hit the rail. Then if you stay there, look what is gonna happen. That's why I was talking about the LG spawn, cause that's the other variable. You can spawn there. And if he spawns there, it's the same things. Usually what players do in lower elo is to rush literally LG. So you can just stay there, spam a rocket, boom, and he's dead. Again. For example. Like you can make this happen. Or you can make this happen again. You know? Now it's gonna spawn on the LG. And you saw LG, so if you get to kill him and you stay again on shotgun, it won't spawn on nailgun again. Because if you remember on the first video we talked about spawns, if the guy dies into the same spawn within 10 seconds, he's gonna spawn somewhere else. I'm gonna show you again how it works. So let's say for example I kill him now. So now the guy is gonna spawn again on nailgun because I'm standing there. But look at what happens. I stay again on shotgun. You see it changes the spawn even if I'm standing there, because it's a protection towards the other player to not spawn in the same place again. Otherwise, you know Deep Embrace, there is the spawn where you can hit to nailgun and then the railgun and finish at shotgun. If there won't be this protection, the guy will just that always, like Quake Live days. So if you stay on that side of the map instead, So if you're staying on that side of the map instead, for example, there, look where it's gonna spawn. It's gonna spawn on rocket, which is literally above you. Why is this important to know? That if you're standing there, you know what we talk about? The more closer you are to a certain area, the spawn is gonna change. So if you stay there, it's gonna spawn on nail gun. But if you stay there, the spawn is completely gonna change. Let's do it again. So now we're gonna force at the nail gun. Alright, he's gonna spawn at the nail gun. So now we're gonna kill him. Now we move forward, just this, like this, and look where he's gonna spawn, on the rocket. And you might think, well, what's the deal with if he spawns rocket or whatever? If you are low, and you want to go for heavy, and heavy is up, if you stay there, you're gonna be dead, because the guy is gonna take rocket and drop towards your head and kill you. So if you are low, it will be an amazing idea to force the spawn at nail gun, so you can take the item. So for example, let's say, like we are really low, we are fighting. We kill the opponent. We stay there. We don't go to the other side, obviously, because it's gonna spawn there, and then you can take heavy for free. But if we do this, and meanwhile we are like chilling there, like waiting, and the guy is gonna spawn on rocket, is gonna destroy us with the rockets. So from above. So knowing where to force spawns is not just doing damage to the opponent, it's also not taking damage yourself, because you're making them spawn on another side of the map where they don't have a resource to focus on. So it's really, really important to know that. Like, it's so important. So yeah, really important to remember where the rocket spawn is. So let's say another example. We're gonna force on nail again. So let's say where we force right now. If we stand there, we force heavy, so it's the same as rocket, just is staying there. So what does this mean? This means if you're here, there is a good possibility that the opponent is gonna take heavy, and he's gonna do this. Look. Oh, oh, oh. And what will happen? You wait with the rail, he's gonna jump, boom, free rail. So remind about this spawn also, like it's really important. So yeah, you stay there, the guy is gonna spawn, rail, boom. But if you stay, for example, let's say again, if you stay there, same. So as you can see, this is a really tricky spawn to deal with, cause the guy, he has armor advantage if he takes heavy, but you are really close and you have weaponry. So this is up to you what you want to pick. Let's do it again. Let's see where the angle finish. What if we stay there? He's gonna spawn again. Okay, so this is because this is closer to that than it's closer to that position. So again, let's force the heavy spawn. You see where I'm standing to force the heavy spawn? I'm standing more to the left. Why I'm standing more to the left and not standing like this? Because if I stand like this, there is a possibility that the opponent is gonna spawn like there. I'm gonna try to force it. Oh look. If I stand there. You see? He spawned on LG instead. So you see, like, if I stand there, it's gonna spawn on LG. If I stand there, it's gonna spawn on heavy. If I stand there, it's gonna spawn on nail. If I stand there, it's gonna spawn on rocket. All these little things you need to know automatically in your brain. It's really important, because the more you play and the more you focus on this kind of stuff, the more easy it is to have game sense and control of the map. Gonna try to... Let's do it again. Let's try to force them all. So 1, 2, 3 is gonna spawn on nail, and then we know it. We kill him. We're gonna let him spawn on heavy. 1, 2, 3 again. We kill him. We're gonna make him spawn at LG now. Alright? This is all, and I mean all practice. There is no secret. You just need to practice it. And by doing this, you also learn how to do damage at the spawn. Cause if you are this guy spawning there, you get a free rail like this. If you stay there and he's spawning on LG, 95% of the players are gonna go for LG. So you can like make him spawn on that side and you go like this. And you have rail angle. If you stay there, you're gonna rail him there. The only spawn where you don't have direct damage on this map, not direct but like easy damage to make, it's rocket. Because it's just 2 floors above you and you cannot control it. But this is how important it is. Spawns are really, really important. Not only to take damage, to do damage, and to try to avoid damage, because you also need to know how to play out of these spawns. It's really important to understand where your opponent and what weapons he's gonna have. Because just think about it. If the guy is spawning there, he's gonna have only nail gun. If the guy spawns there, he's gonna have no weapon when he spawns on heavy. So the only thing he can do is go for heavy, or go for rail, go for shotgun, or take the jump pad, which you will hear the sound. So, yes, disadvantage. If you make him spawn there, he's gonna go for LG and he's gonna like show himself in the open. You know, all these things just adds up, and you can make good use of the spawns like this. So, I would suggest you, as always, make friend inside the game, like invite your friend, test them together, take screenshots, make videos like this to force the spawns, and so on, because it's really, really important to do so. It's really, really huge if you want to improve your game, your dual gameplay, of course, because in that match everything is just casual, but in dual it's really important to make this kind of thing happen. So yeah, I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Next time is gonna be Ruins of Cernat, so don't miss it. Subscribe to the channel and you know, put the notifications on so you know when the other video is gonna be up. See you.